Can you see the screen? Hello, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, good morning, dear students. So, welcome you all again to this lecture on analog circuits. So, today we are going to proceed with module number 5, which is your lecture number 41 from your syllabus point of view. And in this lecture, we're going to discuss about op-amp circuits. Some of the basic applications we are going to discuss. As we have already discussed a few applications in the previous module. Now in this module, we're going to try to continue with some of the applications. So basically, this entire module is dedicated to different kinds of applications. So to begin with, we'll try to see some kind of converters. So basically, we're going to discuss about analog to digital and digital to analog converters, how they are going to work. And then we're going to start with filters, all sorts of filters. And then in the subsequent classes, we'll see some advanced applications as well. So, like I was telling, today's lecture will begin with analog to digital and digital to analog converters. Now, basically, digital systems are used in widely many applications because of their increasingly efficient and reliable and because of their economical operation. So with the development of microprocessor, data processing has become an integral part of various systems. So this is what we know. And data processing involves transfer of data to and from the system via input-output devices. So whenever we say that there is an processing of data is involved, it also means that the transfer of data is to be considered at a peaked. In the sense, I need to be considering the transfer of data has to be taken care at a smooth point of view. Now, since all the digital systems they are acquainted to be used in the form of binary logic, so basically they'll be using in terms of ones and zeros. So the data to be put into the system must be converted from analog form to digital form. So because normally we are very well acquainted with using analog systems wherein we try to give the inputs in terms of voltages or currents, and since most of the systems are getting digitized, so it becomes very important for us to convert analog to digital format, or to the other way. Sometimes we also require a digital to analog conversion as well, when a binary output from a digital system must be converted to some equivalent analog voltage. So the binary output from a digital system is difficult to interpret. However, D to A, that is digital to analog converter, makes the interpretation easier. So the function of D to A converter is exactly opposite to that of A to D converter. So D to A converter does digital to analog conversion, and A to D converter does analog to digital conversion. So in today's lecture, we're going to see both type of converters, that is D to A and A to D. So firstly, we'll try to discuss about D to A converter, and then we're going to discuss about A to D converter. So to begin with, as you can see on your screen, we have presented with a simple digital to analog converter, and there are two circuits, A and B. I'll talk about circuit, the figure number B, what exactly it means. So it is basically the output. How do I interpret that output? So if I just look into figure number A, so it is basically this D to A converter, whatever we have, we are just seeing on screen, is known as binary weighted D to A converter, or D to A converter with binary weighted resistors. Now, why we call it as a binary weighted resistor, we'll come to know as and when we'll proceed with the operation of this entire binary weighted D to A converter. Fine. So now here in this circuit, as you can see, the op-amp is connected in the inverting mode. So it can be also converted in the non-inverting mode. So basically, the only difference that I'm going to get is if I convert it in the inverting mode, first of all, I'm going to get output in the negative voltage, or negative output will be observed. And if I convert the inputs to the positive, I'll be getting the output as a same as the input, that is positive. And on top of that, the gain also varies. If I connect it to negative, it will be minus RF by R1 will be gain. And if I connect all the inputs to positive, it will be 1 plus RF by R1 multiplied by input. And as you can see, it is almost looking like a kind of a summing circuit. But the difference here is there are a lot of switches involved over here, and which is going to consider any one particular digital values at a point of time, or it may consider all the inputs also. Fine. Now, since the number of binary inputs here are 4, so the converter is called as a 4-bit D to A converter. And since there are 4-bit since there are 4 binary bits are present, so there are almost 2⁴ combination of binary inputs. That is 2⁴ in the sense 16 combinations, right from B0, B1, B2, B3, starting from 0, 0, 0, 0 till 1, 1, 1, 1. So that is what you can see over here. I have just made a note over here. See, there are 16 combinations what we can have for this converter, whatever is shown on the screen. Now, an analog output should have 16 possible corresponding values. So since there are 16 inputs that you are giving, so there could be 16 corresponding outputs. So as you can see, there are 4 switches that are used to simulate the binary inputs. So ಈ ಯಾಕೆ switch use ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ binary inputs I should be giving here. So binary inputs, whatever input I am giving, it should be in the form of 1 and 0. So since I cannot be directly giving 1 and 0, physically it is not possible. I need to simulate it 1 and 0. How can I simulate it? Either I can use a switch over here and connect entire this term to VCC, which is your 5 volt. And the moment this switch is connected over here, which means it is connected to ground. So which means 0 is flowing in this particular wing. Our B0 is given a value of 0. The moment this switch is connected to this particular point, as you can see, and this is connected to VCC, so which means 5 volt is fed to this particular B0 stream, which means plus 1 volt is flowing over here. So that's how I can simulate the digital inputs here. I can also use a counter which can count numbers from 0 to 16 in binary format and connect all the outputs of the counter to this B0, B1, B2, B3. So thereby counter will simply, it will be a ring counter, it will be simply counting from 0, 0, 0, 0 till 16, and after once 16 is done, it will recount back to 0. So from 0 to 15. So 0 to 15 it keeps on counting, and as and when the count reaches 15, again it goes back to 0 and the counter starts counting. So our counter I could use ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಆ counter use ಮಾಡಿ all the binary values whatever I am getting as the output from the counter, I can be using it as an binary bits to this binary weighted converter. Fine. Now how exactly this circuit is going to work? So when we say switch B0 is closed, which means that B0 is connected to plus 5 volt. So like here, whatever I have shown over here, now as of now the B0 is connected to plus 5 volt, and B1, B2, B3 all are connected to ground. As you can see, switch is over here, so that is connected to ground. So in this case, my B0 value is having a plus 5 volt. So the voltage across R will be 5 volt. So that's what I'm going to get. And because V2 and V1 are at same potential from the concept of virtual ground, because we have seen from the concept of virtual ground, whatever is the terminal that is connected at the non-inverting side over here, the same voltage will be applicable over here. So since V1 is at 0, so that means V2 is at also 0. So therefore the current through R will be, so now this resistance is 10k, voltage is 5 volt. So what will be the current? So I will be equal to V by R. So if I do that, so my current will be equal to, so this is the case, voltage is 5, resistance is 10 kilo ohm. So I have taken these values. I could take any other values also. So if this is the scenario, what will be the value? So 5 by 10 will be equal to 10k will be equal to 0.5 milliampere. So the current over here will be 0.5 milliampere, which I have already shown over here. So if this is the case, I'm going to get 0.5 milliampere that is flowing in the R resistor when this is connected to VCC. And because I need to be considering the effect of input bias currents offset voltage, everything. So right now I assume that biasing, so that is offset voltage elimination, has been taken care by some circuitry over here. So let us not worry about that circuitry. And also input bias currents, since they're, first of all, input bias currents are very small in nature, so I can equate it to 0. So which means no current is flowing over here. And moreover, the resistance of the op-amp itself, that is input resistance of the op-amp itself, is very high, so no current can enter the op-amp, though no current can enter inside the op-amp. So whatever the current that is flowing over here from this point R through R, and whenever it reaches V2, it won't flow inside the op-amp. So the current will bypass this internal side, it won't flow inside the op-amp, and rather it flows through the feedback resistor RF. And RF is also 0.5 milliampere. So current entering this node is equal to current leaving this node. So by Kirchhoff's current law, since this I have taken it as 0, so basically it is this current is equal to IB plus IF, and since IB is 0, entire current that is reaching V2 will be flowing out over here. So basically my current at current flowing through RF is also 0.5 milliampere. So, and this in turn will produces 0.5 milliampere multiplied by 1 kilo ohm of resistance will produce a voltage of 0.5. And because the output, the input is connected to the inverting terminal, I'm going to get the output as minus 0.5 volt. Now this is what is going to happen when one of the switch is connected to plus VCC or plus 5 volt. And if the same case is happening over here, if B1 is connected to plus VCC, now in that scenario, here the resistance value I have taken as exactly half of the previous resistance, that is 5K. And the third resistance I have taken it as a half of the second resistance, that is R by 2 divided by 2, that becomes R by 4. And the fourth resistance I have taken even half of the third resistance, so that is R by 4 divided by 2, that makes you R by 8. So for this reason, we call this entire setup as a binary weighted. So the resistors are in a weighted form. And you know, on the 10K other 5 the next other the next other. So I can have here n bit conversion happening over here, and accordingly I can be choosing n different binary weighted resistors over here. So that can be arranged in this particular thing, and I can be able to get the analog voltage over here. So now what has happened here? B0 was like the output was what? B0 was, if I consider B0, B1, B2, B3. So B0 was connected to 1. So for that particular 1 bit binary, I'm going to get output as plus 0.5 or minus 0.5 volt. So since this entire setup, one thing we can also observe here is this entire setup can be also considered as working as a current to voltage converter, isn't it so? So the current here, whatever is being generated as a 0.5 milliampere, is now converted into voltage. So I can even use this entire circuit as a current to voltage converter also. Now suppose that switch B1 is closed. Let's say I close this B1 and let B1 be open. Idhan open martin, idhan close martin. So then this particular entire setup connects this VCC to plus R by 2. So under that scenario, what will be the voltage? So what will be the current? So resistance in R ittu R by 2 agati. So R iddaga 0.5 milliampere ittu, R by 2 iddaga idr double agirtati. So 0.5 milliampere il flow agippa antandra il nanaga 1 milliampere flow agutte. So idu open maadi idu close madadaga idu 1 milliampere agutte. And again the same process continues. This 1 milliampere will come over here and it will not reach, it will not enter the op-amp, rather it flows out. So 1 milliampere will come over here. 1 milli into 1K, that will give me minus 1 volt. So this way my entire conversion, as you can see over here, I have the table. So right from this conversion 0 0 0 0, so initially everything is 0, then B0 is 5, then B1 is 5. So why I am making it B1 as 5, then this combination, this is exactly you are counting the binary numbers right from 0 0 0. So 0, it is 0 0 0 0, that is 0. 0 0 0 1 indicates 1. 0 0 1 0, it indicates 2. 0 0 1 1. So LL1 irtal 5 5 voltage hachkonತ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ. Accordingly you this switch keeps on changing from open to close, open to close. So ಯಾವಾಗ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು particular input bits ಗೆ +5 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಆವಾಗ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ನಂಗೆ 0 ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ಅವಾಗ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಓಪನ್. So that way current will be generated over here, and that current will be converted into accordingly the voltage over here. And as a result of that, so depending on whether switches B0 to B3 are open or closed, so binary weighted currents will be set up in input resistors. So the sum of these currents is equal to whatever the current you are getting through RF, which in turn is converted into output voltage. So when all the switches are closed, so obviously the output will be maximum. So yalla switch close aytu paina aytu, so illi 0.5 milliampere bantu, illi 1 bantu, illi 1.5 bantu, illi sorry illi 1 bantu, illi 2 bantu, illi adar 4 bantu. So the current will be maximum, and which means the output voltage will also be maximum. So when all the switches are closed, I am going to get the output voltage equation as let's show you here. The output voltage equation will be, so V0 will be equal to minus RF multiplied by, so initially it will be B0 by R plus B1 by R by 2 plus B2 by R by 4 plus B3 by R by 8. So this is what will be my output voltage equation, and accordingly you keep on the values changing from B0 to B3. So B0 to B3 values lo B0 1 itani il 1 set ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, B1 1 itani il set ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ 1 ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ 1 set ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, and accordingly you know the values of resistance. R value ಏನದ 10k, R2 R by 2 ಎಷ್ಟದ 5k. So adra accordingly set ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ. So whenever a numerical on this is asked, like for example they will be only giving the one resistance R 10k ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ವಿಂಗ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅದ್ರ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಹಾಫ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಈ ವಿಂಗ್ ಒಳಗ ಈ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅದ್ರ ಹಾಫ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ನಾಗ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಈ ವಿಂಗ್ ಒಳಗ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ವಿಂಗ್ ಒಳಗ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಒಳಗ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಲಿ ಯು ಸೆಟ್ ಅಪ್ ದಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್, and B0, B1, B2, B3 right from 0 0 0 till 15 you keep on giving the values and you get the output. So once I do this, I'm going to get the output in this manner. So as a kind of negative going staircase with 15 steps I'm going to get. And if I continue this entire activity, so I can so this is basically digital to analog. So and so basically when you do the conversion, A to D conversion, we use the sampling process or quantization process. So here also I will be using that, and I will be joining these points. So join ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋದಾಗ ಇದನ್ನ ಹಂಗೆ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ my output will keep on coming like this. So this is how I am going to I'm going to generate the analog output by using the digital values. So let me come to this particular point. So how exactly you have written over here? So not really. So this is y-axis indicates my output voltage, and x-axis is my decimal equivalent binary value. So these are my binary values. So which means 1 antandre enu, it is for 0 0 0 0 0 1. So this is my B0 and this is my B3. So ಯಾವಾಗ 1 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತಿಲ್ಲಿ -0.5 ವೋಲ್ಟ್. ಸೊ -0.5 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ ಗೆ I just mark it. So again when for next condition 0 0 1 0 ಈ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ 2 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು 1 ವೋಲ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ, ಅದರ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಡಬಲ್. So ಯಾವಾಗ again it will change to 0 0 1 1, my output will be shifting over here. So for binary value, that is for a digital decimal value of 3, which is nothing but a binary value of 0 0 1 1, so I'm going to get output as -1.5. So if I do this entire operation, repetition of this entire operation, I'll end up in getting -7.5 volt when the input is 4 ones, 1 1 1 1 ಅಥವಾ 15 ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದಾಗ my output will be -7.5 volt. So this is what your conversion goes, and the last step will be you need to join all these points, and once you join all these points you're going to generate a waveform like this, which will be your analog replication of your digital. Now this is what about your D to A converter using the binary weighted. Now the one major drawback or problem with this is it requires a very precise value of weighted resistors. ಈಗ 10k ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ 5k ನೇ ಬೇಕು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ 5.1 ಇದ್ರೆ ನಡೆಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. It will hamper the current, and accordingly ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನನಗೆ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ಇಫ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಅಫೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್. ನನಗೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಪ್ರಿಸೈಸ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ VCC ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅದ and R/2 ಅಥವಾ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ R I am going to choose. It is exactly half. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಹಾಫ್. ಈಗ ನಾನು 4 ಬಿಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡೆ, ಈಗ 8 ಬಿಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಹಾಫ್, ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಹಾಫ್, ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಹಾಫ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಂಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ 1.25 ಹಾಫ್, I mean ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಹಾಫ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲುಕ್ 1.25 the half ಎಷ್ಟಾಗತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it will be 0.625. So 0.625 kilo ohm. So it becomes very difficult to choose appropriate resistors. So that is one major drawback of this entire binary weighted and digital to analog converter. But apart from that, small 4-bit conversion ಅಥವಾ 2-bit conversion ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ even to some extent 8-bit conversion ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ನಾವು precision resistors identify ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. But 16-bit ಅಥವಾ 32-bit conversion ಅವಾಗ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ it becomes very difficult for me to get the resistance, precise value of resistance. And ಈಗ ನನಗೆ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ ಅಷ್ಟು ಚಲೋ. In the sense, if I have, so this is a 4-bit conversion. So if I have 8-bit conversion, then the values here will be 0 ದಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು 31 ಮಟ್ಟ, that is 0 to 31 ಇರ್ತವೆ. So in that scenario, these points will be very closely spaced. So ಅವಾಗ ನಾನು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, quantization ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, so this joining will be easier and I can be able to generate the proper value of analog value. So more the number of bits, the more precise will be the conversion. But if I want to use more number of bits, then precise resistors also should be available. So that is a major drawback. Hence, to avoid that, what we go is another type of digital to analog converter, which is known as your R2R digital to analog converter. Basically R2R digital to analog converter ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತೀವಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡೇ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಒಂದು having a value of R. So R value could be anything that you choose, and then another will be exactly double the value of the R. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ R ಅಂತ 10k ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಂದ್ರೆ 2R will be 20k. So everywhere I am going to replicate the same thing over here. And again I am showing here is a 4-bit digital to analog converter. So wherein I have again V0 till V3, and the output is again proportional to the binary inputs. So the binary inputs again is either +5 or 0, and the conversion kind of methodology will remain again same. Again notably, this is a switch over here. This switch is connected, which means it is connected to plus VCC or +5 volt, which I have connected over here, DC supply. So that is connected to the ground. So it means 0 is popping over here. So the same way what we did in the previous scenario, the same thing will be replicated over here. So now let me just try to show you how exactly this thing is going to work. Now let's say assume that the MSB bit, the most significant bit B3 is connected to +5. Yes, it is connected to +5, and other switches are connected to ground, as you can see over here. So when we want to analyze this, now here one thing we should be knowing, whenever we try to analyze D2A converter using R2R network, the R2R branches keeps on increasing if the number of bits are more. ಈಗ ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 4 bit ತಗೊಂಡಿನಿ, ನಾ 8 bit ತಗೊಂಡಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it keeps on increasing. So ಅಂತ time ನಾಗ this entire setup I need to use a Thevenin's theorem and I need to Thevenize the circuit. So ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲಾ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ನಾನು ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out with a one more kind of equivalent circuit, which is nothing but this circuit. So this is the equivalent circuit where B3 is high and all V0, V1 and V2 are low. So ನನಗೆ ಇದು ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಬಂತು? So I'll just show you. Just hold on for a moment. I'm going to show you one particular equation which I forgot to include. Just a moment. So for particular input, whenever that particular input is high, accordingly the circuit will be Thevenin, will be applying Thevenin's theorem, and yav input high iruttla, according to that input the resulting circuit will keep on changing. So this is what I just wanted to show you. Yeah, so 9 and the resulting circuit is this. So from here what it did, I just removed all R2R branches, and what is that I have kept over here? Only one R, that is only one resistance by the name RTH, and 2R bank will be same. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ B3 ನನಗೆ connected to VCC, ಅದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಹಂಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸಪೋಸ್ B2 ಹೈ ಇತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ನಾಗಿ 2R ತಗೊಂತಿದ್ದೆ, ಅವಾಗ ಈ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಥೆವೆನಿನ್ ಥಿಯರಮ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ I used to come out with a Thevenin equivalent circuit. So ನಾನು Thevenin equivalent circuit ನನಗೆ ಏನ್ ಬಂತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, like if I just solve it, this entire portion, if I just solve this entire portion, this side, all this entire side is going to fetch me a value of 2R. How it is going to fetch me a value of 2R? You can just see over here. So there is a R over here, because anyhow this is on, and 2R will be there as it is. 2R nana consider made bittini, yakandre 2R bank illa itili, so that won't be changing. So this R is there. So this R, let's just see whether this is in series or parallel with any other network. So what I written R, so this is in series with 2R over here. So this is in series with 2R. That in turn is in parallel with what? This R. Look here. So if I can just closely observe, if I just dismantle this entire circuit, yella circuit na nanu, if I just dismantle and try to show you, then you can clearly see that how this entire thing will look. Or else we'll do this way, we'll try it from the right side. So we'll this R network is 2R. So 2R is in parallel with, see, this 2R is in parallel with series combination of 2R plus R. Yes
sir, ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಲ್ಯಾಗ್ ಆಗೈತೆ ಸರ್.
ಸರ್ ಅದು PDF ವರ್ಡ್ PDF ಇದೆ ಸರ್ ಇನ್ನು.
One second. One second. Now, can you see this equation?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I was talking about this equation. I am martini, this entire setup na I am martini, I'll convert it into Thevenin equivalent resistance. How I'm going to do? First, I'll consider this 2R. 2R is over here. So this 2R is in parallel with the series combination of 2R and R. So first 2R is in parallel with 2R plus R. So E entire 2R in parallel with series combination of 2R and R. This is again in turn parallel with 2R over here. And this entire setup is in parallel with this R plus 2R. So 2R is always in parallel with the combination of R plus 2R. And this entire network is again in parallel combination with the series combination of R plus 2R. So then madkod bandaga, so this is what I do get it. So idana elli mata madkod bartini until I do it till which bit is on. Elli mata nanu yav particular bit on adala alli mata nanu madkond bartini. Suppose nanu B1 bit aste on itpa antandre idaste Thevenize ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಉಳಿಕಿದ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಈ ಎರಡು ಬಿಟ್ ಆನ್ ಇತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲಾನು Theveninize ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. So if I do it right now, B3 is on. So if I do that, I'm going to get the Thevenin equivalent voltage as 2R. So ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ನನಗೆ the entire setup is now reduced to 2R, and I have 2R wing over here. So that's make the circuit looks like this. So the main wing ಏನು B3 ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಗೆ 2R ಹಂಗೆ ಉಳಿತು. ಉಳಿಕಿದ ಏನ್ ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಸೆಟಪ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ Thevenin equivalent ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ RTH or 2R. ನನಗೆ RTH equal to 2R ಬರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೈಡ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಇದೇ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ B2 ಆನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ B1 B2 B3 ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಆನ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ B1 ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಆನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ಇದು ಆಫ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲೂ Theveninize ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಈ ಕಡೆ Theveninize ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. So in that scenario, the outcome of this Thevenin equivalent circuit will vary. But right now, ಈ particular condition ಇದ್ದಾಗ when V3 is on, so ನನಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ವಿಂಗ್ resistance value total value ಏನು ಬಂತಪ್ಪ 2R. So my now equivalent circuit will be reduced to so this is my equivalent circuit. And when I am going to get this as an equivalent circuit, now I'm going to use the concept of what we have done in the previous. So since V1 is at ground over here, so that means V2 will also be equal to ground. So therefore the current through RTH, that is current through 2R over here, is also zero. Yakandre ille voltage zero andre current here will be zero. So whatever current that is flowing over here will entirely flow through RF. So however the current flowing through this RF, this will be basically 5 divided by 20 kilo ohm. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಇದು ಆನ್ ಅದ, ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅದ. ಸೊ ಈ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಇಂದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಜನರೇಟೆಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ will be coming over here, and it will directly move to the right side. So which means whatever the current that is generated because of this 5 volt, the same current will be over here. So that will give you a value of, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು 5 by 20k. So this the same current is entering the RF node. So which means ಇಲ್ಲಿ 5 by 20k ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು 0.25 milliampere ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So 0.25 milliampere if it is coming over here, so all the current will enter in the feedback wing, that is in the feedback resistor. So the same 0.25 milliampere will enter over here, and that 0.25 milliampere gets multiplied with this 20k, that is your RF. So 0.25 milliampere into 20k, if I just do it, it will be 0.25 into 2, it will be 5k milli cancels out. Yeah, so it will be minus 5 volt. So 0.25 milliampere illi bandiddu ikade hogangilla, and entire voltage will flow over here. So 0.25 milliampere multiplied by 20k will result into 5k, and because the input is given at the negative, the output will be minus 5 volt. So this is what you're going to get the output for your R to R conversion when V3 bit is high. So the same thing can be replicated for all the corresponding combinations of binary inputs, and we can just get the resulting calculation. So I'll just show you the resulting calculation. I forgot to show that. Yeah. So agale nange resulting calculation hang torchide nanu. This was my resulting calculation. Minus RF multiplied by B naught by R plus B1 by R by 2 plus B2 by R by 4 plus B3 by R by 8. Now it will be exactly it will not be division, it will be multiplication of that. So it will be combination of R and 2R. So because your B3 was having a combination of 2R, so B3 ಒಳಗಡೆ 2R ಇತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, so my output voltage equation, whatever I am going to get here, it will be minus RF multiplied by B3 by 2R. So that I'm going to keep it. So next B2 by either the exactly double 4R. Then sorry, this is B2. Then B1 will be either the exactly double. So it will be 8R. So agale hang adar exactly half ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೊಂಟಿದೀವಿ ನಾವು binary weighted ಒಳಗ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ R 2R, the name itself indicates R and 2R, so it is double. So B0 ಬಂದಾಗ it will be 16R. So this is my final total V0 equation, and based on the values that are present over here, ನಾನು ಯಾವಾಗ B1 B2 B3 ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಈಗ ನಾ B3 by 2R ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡೆಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ಥೆವೆನಿನ್ ಈಕ್ವಲೆಂಟ್ 2R ಬಂತು. If I do the same thing for B0 or sorry B2, if I consider B2 switch high ಇದ್ದು ಈ ಕಡೆ ನಾ ಥೆವೆನಿನ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಥೆವೆನಿನ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ I am going to get it as 4R. So that's why I was telling every time the resistance value will be not 2R. B1 ನಾನು ಹೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೆ, ಅವಾಗ B1 ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ ಇದ್ದು ಅವಾಗ ನಾನು ಥೆವೆನಿನ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ನ ಥೆವೆನಿನ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ it will be 8R. Similarly B0 ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಥೆವೆನಿನ್ ಈಕ್ವಲೆಂಟ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ it will be 16R. So this is how I am going to get the output equation. And the great advantage of this D2A converter is that it only requires two set of precise resistance, one R ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 2R. ಅದರ ನಾನು ಡಬಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗಬಹುದು. So doubling is not a problem, but division by 2, that is getting its half the value of a given resistance, becomes very critical issue, and hence I'm going to avoid that. So as you can see over here, the same thing has been explained over here. As and when my binary values keeps on changing from 000, from 0001, 0010, accordingly I substitute the values over here. You can just do the substitution, you're going to get these values only, and accordingly your output voltage step draw diagram can be shown over here. And again, like I was telling, the moment you get it, you just join this all these steps, and you're going to get the very smooth curve, which will be your analog equivalent of your digital value. So more the number of bits, more will be the curve will be more smooth. So that's what we say as a resolution. So more the number of bits, higher will be the resolution. So this is all about your D to A converter, that is digital to analog converter. So there is one analog to digital converter which we are supposed to understand, that is your successive approximation register. So we'll try to discuss this successive approximation register in the next class, because itself is a very complicated circuit to explain. It will be not able to complete within this short amount of time. So what I'll be doing here, I'll be just showing you some of the numericals which I left in the previous module. I have solved it, and I'm going to upload it in the MS Team also as a part of notes. So I'll just try to show you how exactly the numericals can be solved. So just hold on for a moment.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Amma.
Sir, the equivalent circuit ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ sir when all the bits are on?
One second. This is what is the Thevenin. Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now see, this is what a general equation I have written. This is when B3 is on. ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾನು B3 ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಈ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ತಗೊಂಡೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ತಗೊಂಡೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, see B3 ನನಗೆ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾವ. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ B2 ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇವೆರಡೇ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ತಾವ. B1 ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇದು ಒಂದೇ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ತೈತಿ. B0 ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇದು 2R ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ನನಗೆ ಹೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗೋದೇ ಯಾವಾಗ B3 ಆನ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ. ಸೊ B3 ಆನ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲುಕ್ ಓವರ್ ಹಿಯರ್, this 2R is in parallel combination with this 2R and R. So ಇವೆರಡು series ನಾಗದಾವ. So ಇವೆರಡು series connection ಇದ್ರ parallel ನಾಗದ. So now we need to solve it using R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. ಆ equation parallel equation ಹಾಕಿ solve ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. So what is this? 2R plus R. So that will be your 3R. So 2R parallel 3R. ಇದನ್ನ solve ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. You get one equation, one term over there. So that will be in parallel with this 2R. You again solve it. You'll get one more R, and that will be in series with this R. We'll get a final value of R, and that entire value will be in parallel with 2R. Again, you apply this entire value in terms of R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Namdi in parallel equation adala adan hack solve madri. You get going to get one more R, and finally you just add that value to this R. So idella add madadaga this is what I'm going to get. If you want me to solve this, I'll be solving maybe here, since it's a PPT mode, I'll not be able to easily solve it over here. So next class naga I'll be using whiteboard. Then there I'll be solving this particular equation. How you are going to get this 2R? Sounds good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now you can just try it out. Anyhow, I'm going to show it this in the next class when I'm using whiteboard, because right now using the cursor it will be difficult for me to solve. But the thing is, this equation you keep on solving. Parallel equation, parallel resistance value ಮತ್ತು series resistance value na equations ಹಾಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗಿ solve ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋದ್ರೆ definitely I'm going to get this particular value. No issues about that. But anyhow, I'll be showing it because in the next class I need to be solving a problem on this. At that point of time, I'll be showing you how exactly this Thevenin equivalent resistance will be coming over here. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so quickly we'll I have just I'll just share the numericals over here, and then we can can you see the screen numerical? Now this is a small numerical on the Schmidt trigger. This is an example number 8.1 from page number 321 of this particular textbook. Now if you have any difficulty in understanding the problem statement, you can just refer that particular page number and problem number. So what it says, for the inverting Schmitt trigger, R1 is given as 100 ohm, R2 is given as 56 kilo ohm, Vin is 1 volt peak to peak with supply voltage plus or minus 15 volt. Determine the threshold voltages VUT and VLT and draw the waveform. The op-amp type is 741. Now this one is very important problem from examination point of view. Hello?
Sir, video lag.
Just a moment. Now can you see this numerical?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now what I was telling, just read this problem. The problem says for an inverting Schmitt trigger, some resistance values are being given and Vin has been given. The supply voltage has been mentioned as plus 15 volt, plus or minus 15 volt. Now he is asking us to determine the threshold voltages, that is upper threshold voltage and lower threshold voltage, and along with that he is asking us to draw the waveform. Now nimdu module number 4 olaga maximum problems will be from Schmitt trigger only. Yakandre Schmitt trigger matra you have got some equation, the upper threshold voltage ಮತ್ತು lower threshold voltage calculate ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ equation ಅದವ. ಬಾಕಿ ಎರಡು ಏನದವಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರೇಟರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಝೀರೋ ಕ್ರಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಅವೆರಡು ಏನಾದರೂ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಡ್ರಾ ದಿ ವೇವ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನ ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾವಾಗ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರೇಟರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಝೀರೋ ಕ್ರಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಕೊಟ್ರ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಈಸ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ Schmitt trigger, then he will be asking you to calculate VUT and VLT along with drawing the waveform. Now just look over here. The question here is very simple. He is asking you to calculate the VUT and VLT, and as per our discussion we have already seen that VUT is given by the equation R1 divided by R1 plus R2 multiplied by plus VSAT. So this is a simple equation, that is to identify upper threshold voltage, and to identify lower threshold voltage we have the same equation R1 divided by R1 plus R2 multiplied by minus VSAT. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ the last sentence, the op-amp type is 741. op-amp type 741 ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾನಂತಂದ್ರೆ op-amp 741 IC 741 ಏನದಲ್ಲ ಇದರದ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಸ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಇರೋದೇ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆರ್ ಮೈನಸ್ 14 ವೋಲ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ he has given as supply voltage as plus or minus 15 volt, but the maximum swing irodu 14 volt because 741 has a maximum output voltage swing as plus or minus 14 volt. So hangagi my saturation voltage will be plus 14 and minus 14, and it will not be plus 15 and minus 15. Pay attention over here. Whenever the type is mentioned as 741, the threshold voltage of the maximum output swing will be plus or minus 14 volt. So maximum swing 14 volt agutpa andre threshold voltage nu 14 volt agutta. Supply est bekadast irli. So this is one you should remember. If he is not giving this op-amp type is 741, avaga plus or minus 15 volt ant yen supply kottirtanalla, that itself will be your saturation voltage. So please remember this one. So once we know that, just substitute the values. Plus VSAT naga 14 hakri R1 R2 value kottana simplify madri, it will be getting 25 millivolts, that is upper threshold voltage. Lower threshold voltage will be minus 25 millivolt, and there is one hysteresis voltage that I forgot to tell you. It is nothing but the difference between VUT and VLT. So if I do that, 25 minus of minus 25, I'm going to get as 50 millivolt. So this is what you are supposed to mention whenever a question on Schmitt trigger is asked. Now on the same line, if I want to draw the waveform, so just draw this sinusoidal waveform, because he has given the input as V in 1 volt peak to peak sine, and then mark the upper threshold voltage and lower threshold voltage. So yavaga upper threshold voltage kinta nan input upper threshold voltage kinta kammi ateti, output will be as at plus VSAT as per the concept, and allige nanu high ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ upper threshold voltage ಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, output will be dropping down. So in particular waveform adala, anyhow you will be doing this waveform while understanding the concept. Waveforms na channagi ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋರಿ and try to replicate the same waveform over here. But ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಏನ್ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ದು voltage values ಏನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. So this will be plus VSAT ಅಂದ್ರೆ this is 14 volt. So 1 volt peak to peak ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಒಳಗ whenever I draw the waveforms here, you should not write 1 volt, peak to peak 1 volt ಅಂದನವ. So it should be 0.5. So this is the first one, and the second one, this is example number 8.5 from page number 378. So now here he has given R1, R2 kotana, V in kotana, and saturation voltage omne kotana plus or minus 14 volts. So there is no confusion over here, and he's asking you to calculate the threshold voltage and hysteresis voltage VHY. Same, you just apply the formula over here, R1 divided by R1 plus R2 multiplied by plus V sat. Then apply madri, all the values kotana, just fill it up, and then you're going to get the result. VUT in other exactly opposite VLT irtati, and then VHY will be the difference between these two, so it will be double of this, and accordingly you just mention the same thing in your the waveforms, whatever you're going to draw. So this is about your second problem. And there was this problem I just wanted to highlight in the numerical on the summer or adding circuit. Now usually hang koಡ್ತಾನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು question he may give the circuit itself and he may ask you to calculate the output voltage. Output voltage calculate ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ one question he'll ask, identify the circuit. ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ನಾವು ಸಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನಕ್ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಯರ್ ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಅವರೇಜಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ವೇಟೆಡ್ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಸಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಯರ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲಾ R1 R2 R3 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ. ಅವರೇಜಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ it will be just divided by 3 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. VA VB VC divided by 3 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ವೇಟೆಡ್ ಸಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಇತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ RA RB RC ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ನು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಇರ್ತಾವ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಓವರ್ ಹಿಯರ್ RA RB RC and RF values all are different. So which means this is summing only, but it is weighted summing. So all the weights bare bare ada. So equation anyhow it is going to remain same. V naught is equal to minus RF by RA multiplied by VA plus RF by RB multiplied by VB, RF by RC multiplied by VC. That is whole equation is given as a negative symbol because the input is applied to negative terminal. And if I do that, just substitute the values. Please be very careful in using this. I request everyone to solve the problem once, not to read the problem, and you are going to get the value as 1.14. So minus 1.14 will be the outcome of this inverting amplifier, summing amplifier. And this identify the circuit. The circuit is a weighted summer. So this was one problem. And finally, with respect to the instrumentation amplifier, I just want to highlight one problem. Normally, instrumentation amplifier concept hengadappa antandre, instrumentation amplifier is a sure short question from examination point of view. That is one thing you should remember. ಯಾವಾಗ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರುಮೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಯರ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅವ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನ, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಕೇಳೋದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ರೇರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಯಾವಾಗ ಅವ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನ ಆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರುಮೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈಯರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳೋದು ರೇರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಎರಡರಾಗ ಒಂದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎನ್ಶೂರ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ಬೋತ್ one problem ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. Concept anyhow we remember, we have already seen that the output voltage equation will be RF by R1 multiplied by delta R divided by 4R multiplied by VTC. E output voltage equation andala, this is going to remain same for all sort of instrumentation amplifier. Now the difference here is what is the value of delta R. Delta R andrenu, like I was telling in the last class, delta R antandrenu, it is a change in the resistance. So ನಾನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರುಮೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಿವ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಡ್ಯೂಸರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟಿವ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಟು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ಸಮ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಒಳಗ ಥರ್ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಥರ್ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಟು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಫೋಟೋವೋಲ್ಟಾಯಿಕ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ವಿಲ್ ಲೀಡ್ ಟು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಡ್ಯೂಸರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನನಗೆ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸಿ ದಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇನ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ನಾವ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರುಮೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಆಂಪ್ಲಿಫೈರ್ ಐತೆ ಒಂದು ವಿತ್ ಥರ್ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಡ್ಯೂಸರ್. ಸೊ ಅದೇನ್ ನಾನು ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಈ ಟೈಪ್ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಗಿವನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಬ್ರಿಡ್ಜ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಂಗ್, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಥರ್ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್. ಸೊ ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಡ್ಯೂಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಡ್ಯೂಸರ್ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್, ಥರ್ಮಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಲಿ ಈ ವಿಂಗ್ ಒಳಗ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗೈತಿ ಅನ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಆರ್ ಅಂತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಥರ್ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್, ಸೊ ಐ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ನೋಯಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಆರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಥರ್ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಪ್ರಕಾರ only thermistor mag one problem ada. And how do I identify delta R value for a given thermistor? Look here, temperature coefficient multiplied by final temperature minus reference temperature. ಇದನ್ನ ಏನಾದರೂ ನಾ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಏನು ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ, that is the amount of change in the resistance if I use thermistor as a transducer ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. So here is the equation that I have mentioned. Okay, now coming back to this problem. So he has given thermistor as a transducer and he has given all these specifications: R1, RF, RA, RB, RC, VDC, and op-amp supply plus or minus 15 volt. Threshold voltage, that is RT, that is the transducer's resistance is 100k at reference temperature of 25 degree centigrade, and the temperature coefficient he has given as minus 1 kilo ohm per degree centigrade. So what exactly is temperature coefficient? So prati 1 kilo, or for every 1 degree increase in the temperature, what is the change in the resistance? So prati 1 degree increase adaga temperature 1 kilo ohm resistance change agutte. So determine the output voltage at 0 degree and 100 degree anta question kelana. So what he has given, let's try to understand the data. See, from this question he has given RT, that is the transducer's resistance, as 100k at a reference temperature of 25 degree. So 25 degree reference temperature anta tagondaga, so when there is no changes that is going to happen, so avaga RT value 100k ada, RT value 100k ada, even RA, RB, RC value no 100k ne ada. So which means the bridge G is balanced at 25 degree centigrade. So reference temperature is 25. So balanced condition and 25 degree centigrade. Now what he is asking? He is asking us to calculate the output when 25 degree centigrade in the 0 degree adaga ಎಷ್ಟು change in the voltage ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, 25 degree centigrade in the 100 degree centigrade change ಆದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು change in the voltage ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So ನನಗೆ ಇದು ಎರಡು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, so from 25 degree centigrade in the 0 degree centigrade change ಆದಾಗ delta R ಎಷ್ಟು ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕು, ಆ delta R ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ output voltage calculate ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Similarly 25 degree ದಿಂದ 100 degree change ಆದಾಗ delta R ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ delta R ದಿಂದ ನನಗೆ output voltage calculate ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. So like I told, delta R. So delta R is what? Temperature coefficient multiplied by final temperature minus reference temperature. So in the question he has given the temperature coefficient as minus 1 kilo ohm per degree centigrade multiplied by final temperature is what? ನನಗೆ ಯಾವ temperature ಗೆ ನನಗೆ result ಬೇಕು, so that is my final temperature 0. Reference temperature is what? 25 degree. So now I am calculating the result for 0 degree. So ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 1k divided up 1k per degree centigrade. So 0 minus 25 degree. So degree centigrade will cancel out. Now what is that I'm going to get? I'm going to get as 25 kilo ohm. So delta R will be 25 kilo ohm. So nanaga R delta R bandu illi nan substitute ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ I am going to get the output voltage outcome, that is 1.47 volt at 0 degree centigrade. So basically ಏನಂದಂಗ ಆಯ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ, at 25 degree centigrade ಗೆ bridge balance ಇತ್ತು, and after the 25 degree centigrade in 0 degree change ಆದಾಗ delta R change in the resistance ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು 25 kilo ohm, that is 25 kilo ohm change in the resistance ಆಯ್ತು. That 25 kilo ohm change in the resistance led to an output voltage drop to 1.47 volt. Similarly 100 degree ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ same concept I will apply. Final temperature minus reference temperature multiplied by temperature coefficient. I substitute over here and I've got delta R value as minus 75k, and I substitute over here and I'm going to get the output voltage as minus 4.41 voltage. So this is how one can solve the equation for the numerical for instrumentation amplifier. So kindly just go through this. I will be uploading these solutions, the problems in the MS Team right now. So with this we'll conclude today's lecture, and we'll stop it over here. We can continue it in the next class. So kindly give the attendance. I have just opened up the attendance link. So the code is 2832. The code is 2832. 2832 is the attendance code. Try to give the attendance. So we'll stop it over here. We can continue it in the next class. 2832. So once you are done with the attendance, you can exit from the class. So thank you for this patience listening. We'll continue in the next class. So in the next class, we'll discuss about successive approximation resistance, and we'll try to resolve the issue of how to calculate the Thevenin equivalent resistance by taking one simple example. Yeah, thank you. We can exit from the class.